wanted me to bankroll my sister's meltdown, so I packed my whole life into trash bags at 2 in the morning and disappeared without a word. For nearly 4 years, I paid my parents $1,200 every single month to rent the garage apartment attached to their house. I wasn't living there because I was broke. I was a full-time operations manager, making solid money, but my parents had a favorite line: family helps family. They told me my rent was the only thing keeping their property taxes paid and a roof over their heads. I bought my own groceries, mowed their 2-acre lawn every single weekend, and paid for my own Wi-Fi. It felt like a fair deal, until my older sister Chloe decided to blow up her entire life. Chloe is 32 and has never held a job longer than 6 months. Every time she got fired or quit because a manager looked at her wrong, my mom swooped in with a safety net. Then Chloe got divorced, lost her luxury condo, and had nowhere else to go. One evening, my mom invited me to the main house for dinner. She poured me a glass of iced tea, patted my hand, and dropped the bomb. Chloe, along with her 2 massive German shepherds, was moving in. I nodded, trying to stay supportive, and asked if she'd help cover the electric bill or pitch in for groceries. My mom scoffed like I'd just insulted her. She's going through a traumatic transition. She doesn't have a dime. My dad, who usually stays completely spineless in these situations, just stared down at his plate. Then my mom folded her arms and said, "With 3 extra bodies and 2 dogs in the house, the power and water bills are going to skyrocket. So starting next week, your rent is going up to $1,800. I stared at her, stunned. Wait, Chloe lives here completely free, and I have to pay $600 more to cover her lifestyle? My mom looked me dead in the eye. You earn a great salary. Stop being so selfish. Your sister needs this right now. Chloe didn't even glance up from her iPad. She just sipped her wine and smiled. That smile told me everything I ever needed to know about my place in that family. I wasn't a daughter to them. I was an ATM. I didn't scream. I didn't argue. I just smiled, nodded, and said, okay. My mom thought she'd won. What she didn't know was that I had $8,000 sitting in a rainy day fund. The very next morning, I called an apartment complex 20 minutes down the highway. By Tuesday, I'd signed a lease on a gorgeous, sunlit 1-bedroom, $1,500 a month, $300 less than what my mother was trying to extort from me. Over the next 10 days, I moved out in complete stealth. My garage apartment had its own alley driveway, so nobody in the main house noticed a thing. Every night after they went to sleep, I loaded my trunk with clothes, kitchenware, and electronics. On the last night of the month, while my parents and Chloe were out celebrating at a steakhouse, I hired a moving crew to haul out my bed and sofa. I scrubbed the floors, wiped down the counters, and left my garage clicker sitting right in the middle of the kitchen island. Then I drove away and blocked every single one of them on social media. The next morning at 8:30, my mom called. Before I could even say hello, she snapped, "Where is your rent check? And why is the garage empty?" I took a slow sip of my coffee, looked out at my new balcony view, and said, "I moved out, Mom." She started screaming, "You cannot just move out. Who's going to pay the bills? Chloe's dogs need the AC. You owe us." "I don't live there anymore," I said calmly. "Good luck with Chloe." Then I hung up. Over the next 3 months, everything unraveled. Without my $1,200, and with Chloe running the air conditioning around the clock, my parents sank deep into debt. Chloe maxed out my mom's emergency credit card buying designer clothes for job interviews she never actually went to. 4 months later, my dad texted me from a burner phone. He admitted they'd had to put the house on the market. They were facing foreclosure. He begged me to come back and save the family. I sent back one final message. "Family helps family, right?" asked Chloe. Then I blocked that number for good, poured myself a coffee, and finally exhaled.